really short, but the longer guy, if you ever watch AJ Shop from Edinburgh, I believe, nasty. Long guy. But he goes ankle, chest really wide. This is who I learned it from. Turn this way. Right from here, I cover, cross face, cradle. Again, I don't have the length here, but if I get this is tight. Or I grab chin like a football, elbow to the mat. Push this hip away. He brings his butt up, cradle. Mean stuff here. Again, if you have the length, and I'm here, I look to push on this ankle. That knee comes up like a cradle, or if you want to get really dangerous, lock the cradle up here. Again, I don't have crazy length, but if you get that one locked up, it's pretty tight. And we can go on all day. And that's just turns, right? And like I was saying earlier, if a guy's quick off the whistle and I can't get that pressure forward, I don't worry. I feed him to the lock. I do the same thing off of the return. Right, so he stands up. I'll give you guys a couple returns here from here. Of course, there's always the locks across the hip, big lift, right? Those are really important fundamentally to learn and practice, but I use all the resources I have. So from here, if we're on the edge, I go shoulder. I drive him out of bounds, drop to a leg, make it look like I'm wrestling. You don't want to get hip stalled. Or if I go shoulder, he's looking to get his hips out. My lock, drop to a double. Finish in a double, take him out of bounds. Or pick him up, plant him on the edge, play that game. Or I drop to a single leg, finish a high try. Or I drop, right, if I'm in here, I go, I don't recommend this, but if you need to, single leg and finish. So the idea of effort the whole time. I'm not trying to turn him, I'm trying to ride him first. Turns will come. Learning how to do the work. That's what I mean by doing the work. If we get up here, it gets a little tough. We do one lift, it doesn't work, and we cut him. He wants that. The guy on bottom hates the guy that does the work on top. Hates the guy. And the bottom guy is more likely to quit if the guy on top continues that effort. So that might mean a big mat return this way. Might be doing one of these mat returns. He comes right back up. Might be doing one of these mat returns where I'm crashing with my elbow. Come back up. Might be one of these where I'm pulling him to his butt. But eventually I get him down and I get to work. Or he comes up. Or I get him flat this way. Now he's tired, now we get to work. Look at his position. We wore on him, returning him a couple times. And now look where we're at. Or you return him where he gets to his belly, and now we're here. Now the crowd's getting hyped because you just return him for the 5th time. He's broken, you're on top, and then you get a tilt, and the crowd really goes crazy. But having the effort piece of it is really important. Like those are moves, but there's no like specific move to do there. Effort is doing the work to get him back to the mat. And also effort is knowing that the first attempt might not do it, and that's okay. Like I try and lift it, he's just doing a good job and snaking my leg and all this kind of stuff or whatever. Change it. Right? Pull it. Whatever it may be. All this kind of stuff. Whatever it takes. But I'm doing the effort. I'm not worried about what he's doing, I'm worried about getting him back to the mat. If it takes 100 mat returns, gotta get that number out of your head. Whatever it takes. And doing this, drilling this, will build cardio to do this more often. So getting on your guys to be like, hey, ride the guy out in the last 30 seconds. Doing drills, like 30-second goes top to bottom, making him ride. And at the same time, all these efforts, you learn how to return guys more often. So one other thing is not getting discouraged if the guy gets out really quick, especially in practice. It's a skill to learn, right? So learning multiple different returns. Right? There's the big lift, there's the drop to a single leg, right? There's the apply pressure to the hips. There's the push him out of bounds. There's the foot sweep, right? I like to go claw tight ways. I'm under his hips. So if there's a picture of Lenny lifting Coleman Scott in the room, you can see how low his lock is. We're short guys, but if I get my hips underneath his, I can lift him with one arm on my hips. So one of these lifts, right? And you're still looking to drive. You're gonna wear him out. And then the next step is looking to drive him into transitions, into return, into a tight waist chop, into a cross wrist. Right? And while you're lifting, another thing too, if you grab the wrist, going from here, and then you can get busy. Right? So using all your options. You have so many options here. And that's why it's so frustrating when guys get here that this happens. You never know when you can break the guy. Right? It only takes a couple seconds for him to break. He doesn't have to break completely either. He breaks for 15 seconds, you lift him up, get him back to the mat to a flat base, get a turn or two. He can regather himself, but he just gave 8 points. So effort is really important when you're teaching your guys. And try not to get discouraged because it might look different for a lot of different people, but the effort thing is something that has to be similar throughout. And the ref will award, like, will let you wrestle it on the end. Like, let you wrestle this because the rule is attempting to. So if you're trying, that's why it's important to have a lot of tricks in your bag. Right. So you're not. So it's effort. The ref's looking for effort. And another thing is using the edge too. So I drive him to the edge, and then I'm looking to attempt. So if anything happens, I can drive him out of bounds on the leg, on the lift, fresh start, and then get busy. Right. So again, I can't stress this enough. The effort of doing the work. That's something that, like, when you cut them, no work there. Guy bombs like, thank you. I want that guy to work, and if he gets a point, then he definitely earned it. He earned it. But he's gonna think twice about going back down, right? Because he knows I'm gonna be doing all that I can to get him back on the mat. Any questions with that? Yes.
Cycle back.